The Montana dawn broke over the double-bar ranch like a reluctant confession, its pale light seeping through a veil of gray clouds and casting long, mournful shadows across the frost-kissed pastures. Elias Turner stood in the doorway of his weathered cabin, his broad shoulders hunched against the bite of the early October chill. His calloused hands, roughened by years of wrestling cattle and mending fences, gripped a chipped ceramic mug, the coffee inside long gone cold. His eyes, shadowed by sleepless nights and a grief that clung to him like damp earth, scanned the horizon, not for the beauty of the sunrise, but for something far more elusive, a miracle. Inside the cabin, his newborn daughter, Lily, let out a faint, piercing wail, her cries slicing through the stillness like a blade. Each sound was a reminder of his desperation, a stark declaration of the emptiness that threatened to swallow them both. The last of the milk he'd managed to scrounge from his dwindling stores had run out the night before, and the nearest town, Willow Creek, was a half-day's ride through trails dusted with the season's first snow. Elias was a man forged in the unyielding crucible of the frontier, his spirit as tough as the leather of his work gloves, but no amount of grit could conjure milk for a starving infant. 3 weeks had passed since Clara, his wife of 10 years, slipped away in the fevered haze of childbirth's aftermath. The loss had carved a hollow in Elias's chest, a void that echoed with the memory of her laughter, her soft hands, and the dreams they'd spun together under the starlit Montana sky. The Double Bar Ranch, once a testament to their shared ambition, a sprawling spread of grazing land and sturdy barns, now felt like a prison of endless chores and unanswered prayers. Clara had been the heart of this place, her warmth turning the rough-hewn cabin into a home. Without her, the walls seemed to lean inward, the air heavy with silence. Elias had buried her beneath the old cottonwood tree by the creek, her grave marked by a simple cross he'd carved with his own hands. Every glance toward that tree was a fresh wound, but it was Lily's cries that cut deepest. She was all he had left of Clara, a fragile piece of her spirit, and yet he was failing her. The doctor in Willow Creek, a gruff man with spectacles perched on a hawkish nose, had been blunt: without proper milk, Lily wouldn't survive the week. Elias had no kin nearby, no friends close enough to call on in this remote corner of the territory. The neighbors, scattered across miles of rugged land, were little more than names spoken in passing at the general store. He was alone, and the weight of that solitude pressed down on him like the coming winter. The night had been a torment of pacing and prayer. Elias had walked the creaking floorboards of the cabin, Lily cradled against his chest, her tiny body trembling with hunger. He'd tried everything: watered-down broth from the last of the canned beans, a